So one of the most searched terms on the internet lately has been, why do I feel so bad? And many variations of that. Why do I feel so angry? Why do I feel so sad? Why do I feel so alone? But why do I feel so bad is one of the things I hear most often from my clients too, whether it's physical or mental and emotional things. Everybody just seems to be feeling like this heaviness and this hopelessness. So I want to talk about that today, and not just about why it's happening, but some simple steps that you can take to help yourself feel better. I am Angela, and I help people feel better. And the first thing I want you to know is that everyone is feeling this way right now. This angry, sad, frustrated, hopeless feeling. And it's actually normal for what we're experiencing. We're experiencing a lot of change on this planet at the moment. There are reasons for that. And I guess the easiest way to explain what's happening is we were raised to be a certain way. We were taught to be a certain way. We were taught that life is a certain way. And now we've evolved to the point where it's time for things to change. And it's time for people to change. And when you go through such a deep change and far-reaching change like that, it not only affects everyone, it affects everything. And so we're experiencing all of these changes really quickly. There's changes in our career, there's changes in our families, in our relationship, in our finances, our government, our structures, our social structures, even our health and our mindset. Everything is affected by these changes. It's a lot. And it can feel really frantic and chaotic at times. It can feel really heavy and depressing and overwhelming at times. And so, of course, you're feeling anxious. Of course, you're feeling confused. Of course, you're feeling afraid, frustrated. Who wouldn't be? It's a lot, and it's all at once, and it seems to be happening faster and faster. The voice in your head, when things shift in this way, tends to get louder. If you're noticing the way you talk to yourself more now than you used to, you can hear yourself criticizing maybe yourself, and you can hear the voice being really hard on you and getting really loud, and it's not something that you're easily able to stop anymore or ignore anymore, and it just keeps coming back. So life can feel really hard when you're in this state of mental and emotional confusion, when there are so many things happening at once that you feel overwhelmed. And when you don't really understand why this is all happening, it can feel even worse, because there's a part of you that's probably saying things like, there must be something wrong with me. There must be something, I must have some sort of mental disorder, or there's something about me that's just not right. Again, all of these things that are happening are normal, and not just the things, but the things that you're experiencing as a result of watching all of these changes happening, seeing changes happening in your own family, in your own life. It all starts to feel really overwhelming. So you're not alone. It's important to know that you're not going crazy. There's nothing wrong with you. You're experiencing and responding to an experience that feels overwhelming to you. So there are a couple things that we can do right now to sort of get ourselves in a better frame of mind. And the first thing you want to do is exactly what we just did. You want to acknowledge that all of this stuff is happening and acknowledge that you're feeling really frantic, anxious, scared, sad, whatever it is. So just acknowledge that. Say it out loud, say it to a friend, write it down, whatever helps you actually get it out. Because the more you can get things out, the less they live in your head. The second thing you want to do is slow down. And I mean slow down everything in your life. Everything is, the energy itself that's moving around us feels really rushed and frantic. So that's even more reason why we have to be really careful to slow down. Slow down everything from the way you're breathing to the way you're doing your everyday work, whether you're doing work in the house or you're doing work at a place of business. You want to slow down your driving. You want to slow down your speech even. And just practice going slower with everything in your life right now. Because one of the reasons why we get so frantic and so anxious is because we're allowing that energy to sort of pull us around. And if you do that, that's how you're going to feel. So you have to make sure you sort of rein it in and get calm and get slow and get peaceful in your body before you do anything. And try practicing living your life that way. Again, slowing down your driving, slowing down the things that you do normally, whether it's the dishes or, cleaning the house, or even when you're playing with your animals and taking them for walks. Just slow everything down. The third thing that everybody needs to do is to get help and support. And that doesn't mean you have to go and see a psychiatrist, although you could do that. Find friends, find mentors, find people, even on YouTube, find people that you connect with. Find people who help you feel better. Find people who are offering guidance that really feels good for you and resonates with you and helps you feel better. If you're interested in learning more about why you feel so bad and all of the things that you can do to feel better, I am doing a class on August 27th. It's a live Zoom class at 7 p.m. Eastern, and it is called Why Do I Feel So Bad? Help and Healing for Difficult Times. And you're going to learn, you're going to heal, and you're going to leave the session feeling lighter, clearer, and more confident in yourself and in your ability to sort of cope with things the way they are, because we can't wait for things outside of us to change. We have to change how we're dealing with the things that are happening around us. So you'll leave that session feeling better, and you'll leave that session with a better idea of what you can do to feel good no matter what. So the details of that class are in the description below. There's also links there to if you want to work with me one-on-one. And that's it for now. So I hope you feel better just watching this video. Come back again and we'll do more. Thank you for being here. I'll see you next time.